And Darren, it's just like whack-a-mole. Every day, a new fire here, a new fire there. And, you know, the fire officials are incredible in trying to get a handle on these, but it's hard.
And now it's seemingly on either side of the bay.
Right.
We know we've had that grass fire over in inland Contra Costa County, but today, I mean, 101 is still a traffic nightmare because of a small fire in Marin. I just want to show you the differences between why that grass fire in Contra Costa County has been able to go for so much longer, and they've already stopped all forward progress on that fire in Marin. No surprise, I'm sure, to many of us that a fire at this time of year is not going to be able to spread as quickly in Marin as it would in the East Bay either. But there is a really unique way to visualize what the Bay Area looks like right now in terms of the ability for some of these landscapes to catch fire and go. The deeper the shade of red, the drier the fine fuels like the grass, and the bigger or longer lasting that fire can become. Take a look over here. This is where we've been dealing with air quality issues for a solid week, not just from that marsh, but from a new fire that started and was quickly extinguished today over here. Meanwhile, the fire over here in Marin, much smaller, forward progress on it stopped very quickly. Areas in green here show you where the landscape is maybe not as primed to go. And we can look at the Bay Area in any number of ways in terms of risk to fire, and we're going to do that over the next several months. That's today. This is a time lapse. You've got the marsh fire in the background, and then you've got that fire that started on the south side of Pittsburgh up in the hills today. That one they were able to put out much more quickly. It's a lot easier to get to that one than the one burning in the marsh. But air quality is still a concern over here. We put more smoke into the sky from a second fire today. But the good news is the smoke coming off of the marsh fire is better behaved. And if we look at those low-cost air quality sensors, because there's so many more of them out here, you do see some yellow and orange still for Antioch. But another way to look at this is the trend. Going back over the last several days, most mornings it's been unhealthy to step outside for this part of Contra Costa County and breathe in the air. Look at today, that's July 18th. We didn't go into unhealthy this morning. We did for a time this afternoon, but the takeaway from that is it got better today. So that flooding technique on the marsh fire is doing its job, and hopefully we'll have much better news from smoke there over the next few days. Look how hot it was inland today. 98 Concord. It was only 58 in Pacific, a big spread. You can just visualize the difference on a day like today. And of course, we can thank the marine layer over here for keeping it blissfully cool if you were near the water. If you were inland at 98 today and those hotter inland valleys, you're going to start getting help tomorrow because we're going to see a stronger onshore surge begin over the next few days. Tomorrow morning, the marine layer kind of fills in the bay, more than it did today. We notice a bit of an improvement tomorrow on the temperatures as a result, but look at Wednesday morning. That's a lot more widespread. That's going to have a bigger benefit for us. So the morning lows tomorrow are mid to upper 50s. Daytime highs tomorrow, see what's different? These. Instead of near 100, you're back down to 90 or even upper 80s. We start the improvement on this tomorrow for those inland valleys. And if you're near the bay, you don't notice much change because you didn't really need much. Things have been pretty typical and not that far off the mark for average. And now this is just where we're going to stay. 7-day forecast shows you those numbers maybe come down a little for San Jose. We'll get you down into the low 80s by the time we get to Friday. But these microclimates for these warmest inland valleys, that's really where it shows up. That's probably the headline in the first alert forecast. Those daytime highs for the inland East Bay and the inland North Bay, mid-80s. It's almost 100 today, mid-80s. And it holds going into next weekend. I know it's Monday, but
that's nice and refreshing. I was in Moraga on Saturday at my brother's house. It was hot, like hot.
Yeah.
That baking heat is just hard to escape.
And that's a very shared experience right now for a lot of people over there. It's, I mean, it was 58 degrees in Pacifica today.
It's chilly.
It's a big
Welcome
difference.
to the Bay Area microclimates.
We're Julying right now, for
Yes,
sure.
we are, holding true.
Yeah.
All right, thanks, Darren.